Melinda Gates is on the go. She's leaving soon for yet another business meeting out of the office, way out of the office. Here in India, and what she learns here, she shares here.
But after these visits, I'm always left with this overwhelming sense of women's resilience around the world.
Melinda says her father piqued her interest in world affairs early, that is, early in the morning.
My sister and I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning. He'd wake us up early to get us off to school, and he was already talking to us about politics early in the morning. So my big brain was expected to work as soon as I woke up.
Her high school math teacher introduced her to computers and, as Melinda tells it, launched her down a career path she never would have imagined.
When she brought a few Apple IIs into our school and started a small programming group, I loved it so much I said, I'm going to do computer science in college. So I selected Duke.
After college graduation, she joined the first class of MBAs at Microsoft, 9 men and Melinda. Her team took Microsoft Word from third to first in sales, and she rose to general manager of information products. Her secret? To succeed in a market, you have to spend time in that market. That belief would someday guide her philanthropy. Meantime, Melinda began dating a fellow named Bill. They discovered they had shared values. On their first trip to Africa,
you would see men with flip-flops and women with no shoes. You know, women with huge piles of sticks on their head and a baby in the belly walking to market, and men not walking to market so much or smoking cigarettes. And you'd say, what's going on here?
In 1994, Melinda married Bill Gates and left Microsoft to start a family. And then her next act, philanthropy. Fundraisers at first and serving on boards. But then Bill Gates Sr., a successful attorney, found himself in a theater line with Melinda and Bill, and they asked him about creating a Gates Foundation.
That was at least 10 times bigger than any other job interview I ever had.
Today, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has spent over $25 billion across all 50 states and 100 countries, focusing on reducing inequalities by improving health and alleviating extreme poverty in developing countries and improving education here in the United States.
Hi, Melinda Gates. Nice to see you.
And the talents that made Melinda Gates a success in tech also made her a natural philanthropic leader and informed her approach to the work of the foundation.
She's just a very high-quality person, and she's intelligent, and she also has a wonderful warmth, attitude, a sense of generosity. Really a wonderful person to participate in a thing like the Gates Foundation.
In other words, she is a balance of head and heart, as comfortable talking to families in the developing world as she is talking to global leaders, and importantly, connecting the two.
You have to attach the humanity to the numbers to actually move you and be inspired, I think.
Well, I've seen Melinda impact people's lives.
Dr. Helene Gale is CEO of the Atlanta-based CARE USA. She worked alongside Melinda for years.
For example, sitting on the ground in rural Mozambique with mothers, she was able to communicate with them as a mother. But she also has an incredible ability to reach people at the highest policy levels as well.
Despite her pivotal role in running the foundation, for 15 years, Melinda famously avoided the spotlight. But in 2012, that changed.
Hundreds of millions of women who don't have access to contraceptives demand our action.
Very tough decision. I grew up in the Catholic Church. I'm still a Catholic. Not something I want to do, but something that was needed to be said on behalf of women around the world.
It's just marvelous that Melinda has taken it so seriously, and it's a problem that deserves all the attention that can be brought to it.
And does she hope to have more children?
The fact that as a woman, she has been able to take that and elevate that issue, I think is a huge accomplishment, and it's going to have ripple effects for long into the future.
It's a work in progress. It's a great work in progress.
Her story is just beginning, but the moral is already carved here on the Gates Foundation wall.
But at the end of the day, I have to always remember that the foundation is a marathon, and it's not a sprint. I'm going to be at this for another 30 years. I love it so, so much.